Okay, so there is number one. I'm just zooming in. I just feel so weird. Just reminding you what the figure looks like, and then I'm going to do the answer on a separate page so I can use the same drawings for the next group. Okay, so number one in triangle is stick to ABC. And triangle D matches A, C matches B, and B matches C. Because AB has no line, so DC is my next line. And then AC has the one line and DB has the one line. So you may need to be very careful with that naming. So triangle ABC and triangle DCB. What can we see? We can have the angle A equals to angle D, and it's given. No confusion, so one letter is fine. I can see that BC is common, and it is the hypotenuse. And I can see that AC is equal to BD, also given to me. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCB, and yes, RAHS can be used.
Can we use angle 5?
Where do you see another angle?
Sorry.
So, and if you wanted to use SAS, is my angle the included angle?
No.
No, the included angle, let's draw on this computer, would be here. That is an included angle. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's the wrong triangle. So the line that I was given is this line, and the line I was given is that line, so this would be the included angle. The line that I was given is that line, and the line I was given is that line, so those would be the included angles. So SAS is not an option. I only have one angle given to me, so two angles was not an option. So RHS was the one that I was going to use. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to look at 2 and draw it and do it. So 3 minutes, 1 to draw, 2 to complete. The P that you see is for the next drawing, so you just need A, B, C, D. While you do that, I'll start drawing the next ones, finding them in the book. Please practice, don't just wait. should be finished. Okay, let's look at number 2. So I see 2 triangles in triangle ABC and triangle ADC. Now we need to be careful, because if I look at each triangle and I figure out what the interior angles are, we would find that this is 50 and that is 30 as well. But angle, angle, angle is not a proof for congruency. So if you did do it, please make a note. Angle, angle, angle can never, ever, ever be a proof for congruency. You have to have at least one side. I'm saying it again for even more emphasis. To prove congruency, you must have a side. Angle, angle, angle is not a proof of congruency. So the first thing I'm going to do is write that common side down, then I know it doesn't matter what I do after that. There's no confusion at D and B. So I can use one letter, and that's just given. Now I just need to find one other thing. It's going to be an angle. I can use either the 30 or the 50, it doesn't matter, but I am going to use 3 letters because there is confusion. If I just say angle A, I'm actually referring to the entire angle A, but I only want to refer to one portion of it. So it's going to be BAC, has to be 3 letters, equals to DAC, also 3 letters, because now I've referred to 2 parts of A. And I'm going to use the fact that even though I didn't show the calculation, I know that the interior angles of a triangle is what proved that they were equal. You could have done the 50 instead, that's also okay, which would also have been interior angles of a triangle. Or instead of the 100, you could have done the 30 and the 50, both of which being interior angles of a triangle. So even if I give you an option of using angle, 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 you have to make sure that there's a side for congruency. So I've even written it on my memo here, must have one side. And we go further and finish off and say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. And that was 2 angles and a side. Okay, number 3. Please do number 3 for me. 2.5 minutes. Half a minute to draw, 2 minutes to answer. Okay, let me draw number 7 so long. Are we done with number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. In triangle PQR and triangle PSR, we have PR common.
I'm just going to put it
Thank you. Okay. PR is common, PQ is given, PQ equaling to PS is given, QR equaling to SR is given, and therefore triangle PQR is congruent to triangle PSR, and my reason? Side, side, side. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you 4, 5, and 6. Yes.
For some reason, I forgot Alice is in the 45. And I still realized 45 is the same as people.
So what did you say?
So then isn't it, I might as well use triangle because,
No?
oh no, never mind.
Okay, giving you 4, 5, and 6 to do. It is now 12:30. I'll check in 6, 7 minutes. Scroll out a little bit. See if I can. Okay, that's as big as I can make it. If there's something not clear, please let me know. The letter on top is E. E is the letter on top. So what I'll do is I'll show you E and I'll shift it up in a few minutes. Hopefully by the time we get to 10 we know what we're doing. 2 more minutes. So we're supposed to be doing this. Okay, your time is done. Okay, so we are going very quickly, so we're most likely going to continue with revision of general geometry tomorrow. Because the next time I see you in the new term, we are supposed to do algebra revision. Okay, normally, we would obviously, I said to you before, go into proving quadrilaterals and using quadrilateral properties to find congruency and all that, but that is not what's being tested, so we're not going to go into it too much. I just gave you one at the end, but it is the most basic one. But yeah, let's mark 4, 5, and 6. Doesn't matter which triangle you start with, so I'm going to start with FGH. Thank you. Okay. Triangle FGH, I'm starting with the bottom one. It really does not matter as long as it matches. F would match with G in my second triangle. FGH. Sorry. So F would be G, and then F, and then E. Okay. Then we can just write what we see. So I'm starting with the bottom triangle first, so I'm writing that information first. Given to me. I see that they both share a 90 degree. There's confusion, so I'm going to have to use 3 letters. F, G, and H. in this triangle, in that triangle, be GFE, also given. And lastly, that FG line is common. Now, I see a 90 degree. Does that automatically mean I can use RHS? Can I use RHS here? Who says yes? Who says no? Why do you say no, Daniel? You said side angle side. Perfect. Is the line given to me, or the two lines given to me, a hypotenuse and a side? No. So a hypotenuse has to be part of the information given for me to use RHS. So make a note. Just because there's a right angle does not automatically mean that it is RHS. We need to have the hypotenuse in order for it to be RHS. My hypotenuse is always opposite my 90 degree, which means that is my hypotenuse and that is my hypotenuse. There's no information about FH and EG, so hypotenuse is not given. So as Daniel said, it's going to have to be side, angle, side. And I can check that. Angle is touching the given side and the given side, so yes, it is SAS. I did that one on purpose because I knew some of you wouldn't check the hypotenuse. Now, hopefully you'll never make that mistake again. In number 5, I'll start with the left-hand triangle, KLM, and triangle ONM. Write what I see first. LM equals to MN given. Now there are multiple options. You have parallel lines, so you can do two alternate angles. You can do your vertically opposite angles, so I'm going to do that. KML has to have 3 letters because there's 2 possible angles at M. And NMO, vertically opposite angles are equal. And then I can do an L and an N. There's only one angle there, so I can use 1. And that is alternate angles are equal because KL is parallel to NO. You could have done both alternates, that's okay. Or one alternate and one vertically opposite, that's fine. But you would not do 2 alternates and vertically opposite because you cannot use angle, angle, angle. Must include a side. So therefore triangle KLM is congruent to triangle ONM, and that is 2 angles and a side. Yes, Alex. But you match it to KLM. So, okay, so let's look. So when I look at my triangle, I look at my information, okay? So these 2 are vertically opposite and we know they are equal. So when I name the triangles, M must be in the same space, okay? Then L is at the end of the one line and N is at the end of the one line. So L and N on the same corresponding sides of the triangle. So wherever we write them, they must be in the same space. Leaving K and O at the end of 2 non-named lines to be corresponding. So whichever order you're going to do it in, you need to make sure that they match. So I don't know why you thought K and N were the same, but you need to check and double check. Naming it. So you always just look at your triangle. So I literally do that. I go and see, okay, well, there's the end of the one line, there's the end of the one line, so they have to be corresponding. That's the end of a parallel line with nothing, end of a parallel line with nothing, that's why they have to be corresponding. Or at M, the end of the one line and the nothing line, so then that has to be corresponding. So I literally look for the little properties and when they share properties, they are corresponding. It is easier when we get given angles, but when we don't have angles given to us quite vividly, it does become difficult. It's just something you're going to have to practice. And number 6. So for instance here, I can see that there is a 1 to the middle and a 1 to the middle, so W and Z must be corresponding. A 2 to the middle and a 2 to the middle, that means that X and A must be corresponding. And I know that Y is the same in both because of vertically opposite angles. So whatever way I name it, so I'll go to the top triangle, I'll go WXY. And now I'll go and match W, end of the first line, end of the first line, so that's Z. X is the end of the second line, so A, and Y is in the middle, so Y. Write what I see. Y is the next thing I'm going to say, the two vertically opposite angles, but I don't know which one is which, so I'm going to use 3 letters. WYX with the angle at Y is equal to ZYA. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Therefore, triangle WXY is congruent to the triangle ZAY, and that is side angle side. I am seeing SAS, so the last step was just to check that it is the angle in between. There's my line, so that's my angle. There's my line, and that's my angle. Those are vertically opposite, so yes, it is SAS. Okay, next couple. Giving you less time because you guys are getting really good at this. So that's 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to erase that orange over there. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. It's a circle. So just testing some circle knowledge there. So I'll give you 7 and 8 first. So that A is at the center of my circle. B and D go from the center to the circumference. What do we call the line that goes from the center to the circumference, Daniel? The radius. And what do we know about every possible radius in a circle? Radii are equal. more minutes. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just going to have to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see the answers. Number 7. In triangle ABC and triangle. So I know A is the starting point for both because they're both at the end of the short line. So that's the first starting point. On the circumference of the circles B and D. And C is also being shared, so it's going to be C. I can write that AB is equal to AD, and my reason is literally radii. Not given, not radii of a circle is fine, but radii is the important part there. Then AC is common. And I'm going to use 3 letters because there's 2 angles at A, so it's BAC equals to DAC given to me. That is 2 angles with a side, so that looks like SAS. SAS, perfect. So therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC with the side, the included angle, and the side. Number 8. In triangle, let's go with STU and triangle UVW. S is at the end of the short 1 line and 2 line, 1 line and 2 lines, so U is matching. T is the end of the 1 line with U the end of the 1 line matching V. U at the end of the 2 line and W end of the 2 line, so that matches there as well. What can we see quite easily? ST is equal to UV given. SU is equal to UW given. And now I have 2 sides. Okay. And the only options are side, 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 or side included angle side. So that's telling me I'm looking for the included angle. So if I look for my included angle between the given 2 sides, it would be S and this right hand side by U. Do I have something that can allow me to prove that they are equal? Yes, Hannah?
The parallel lines correspond.
Fantastic. So I can use 1 letter for S because there's no confusion, but at U I'm going to have to use 3 letters. And I'm going to say corresponding angles are equal, and therefore I must also say what the parallel lines are, else I don't get that mark. Lastly, I can say that these two triangles are congruent because of SAS. Okay, I want you to draw number 9 and 10. So do 9, leave whatever space you've been doing, and then 10. Don't answer now. First draw, because else the bell's going to catch you. 9 and 10. Anyone still busy with 8's answer? Okay, Mark, I'll bring you the page. 9 and 10. The information in number 10 is important. Also, testing your properties of a rectangle. So just draw for me, and then if you finish drawing and the bell hasn't gone, we can then start answering. So we have a pigeon nest right outside there. Sometimes we hear some very strange sounds. Okay, so while you're waiting for a bell to ring, answer number 9. Or pack up instead. Okay, so tomorrow we will quickly mark number 9 and 10, so give it a go. And then we will do general geometry revision.